You know, when I saw the opening, this is what got me excited. Cause this one particular fight, it's so intense and so thrilling to watch. Just watching this one fight, yo. And I can't wait for that to be animated because it's definitely one of the best fights, if not the best fight in Black Clover. Like, yo, this man, it's gonna be an awesome fight. Like, I, I promise you guys, you will not be disappointed when you see this fight go down. Like, it is legit an awesome fight. Now, I got that out of my way. Yo, let's talk about the new opening and the new ending. I am not a fan of the new opening and new ending. I mean, it sounds good, but I don't think that sounds better than this previous one because the previous opening and the endings were pretty damn good. Like, I don't think so. It can beat the previous one. So, I mean, it sounds good, but it isn't like something that much of fun to listen to. Anyways, now that I got that out of my way, and okay, this is also my opinion. If you guys like it, I'm not gonna hate it. You guys gonna like this opening because it sounds good. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely isn't my type of taste. So, now that I got that out of my way, let's talk about this episode. This episode was nothing, like legit. There is legit nothing to talk about this episode because this episode was dragged on just like the other episodes. Like it really was. It wasn't anything to see, anything to talk about in this one. It was just dragged on for a damn long time. Like I remember this. This has to be at least one chapter or at least a half chapter. I think so. I think so. That's how it went. Like I don't remember correctly, but I think so. This is one chapter, either half chapter of the manga because it is like really dragged on since the start. It is like one like it isn't like okay. It's funny at the start, but then it just gets boring as time passes through. So it's really not something I would enjoy because even though the start was fun, I think so just dragged it on for too long. And there's nothing to talk about actually except for this new mixer and they go into the mixer and stuff happen and we also see somebody who's gonna be relevant to this arc. That is that's the girl that worked into the local store and a local restaurant, and she's only gonna be relevant to this plot point. And I think so, just to make her relevant to this arc, I don't think so. You needed all those attention, like all those uh this long drag on arc to show that this girl is gonna be relevant to this basically this arc that's coming up. So other than that, there is nothing. There's legit nothing throughout the episode. Like I mean yeah, you could say that cool moment with Asta just grabs that guy and just throws him into the uh jeez, my mic just fell. But anyways, yeah, the Astra grabs that guy and just throws on him onto the roof. You could say that was a cool moment, but it is just like it was just dragged on. A whole episode was dragged on, and there is nothing to speak about in this episode. So I don't think so I can speak anything about this episode. So far, I could say this episode I'll rate it a 5 out of 10. It was a very average episode. There was nothing to speak about in this episode. I mean, it was fun at the start, but then it just went on to get boring. So I don't know, like what they're gonna do or anything because they had so much time. Like they didn't even play like that intro where Asta goes like, oh yeah, like showing the previous events. They didn't even play that intro. They only played the Magic Night event. So they could have done so much in this episode, but in the end, they didn't do anything. So yeah, it's a pretty damn it's a pretty damn small episode in Char. Like you didn't have fun in this episode. I was just checking the timer when the episode is gonna end. Like it was boring. I'm gonna be straightforward and say this episode was boring. So I think so. That's all for this episode. I really don't have anything to speak about this episode. Like legit, don't have anything to speak. I can't speak anything about this episode because it was just Asta going to the mixer to meet up with some girls with her luck and Finrel, and that's the last thing. The mixer gets over, Asta gets another girl to fall in love with him, and that girl is gonna be relevant to this arc. That's all this is showing to us. That's all that is gonna show in this episode. So yeah, let me know where to scale this episode because I feel like this episode was trash. I'm gonna be straightforward. I feel this episode was trash, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, peace.